So one of the things that happened a couple of years ago, more than a couple of years ago actually, um, I had I thought she was a friend. There was this lady that I knew, and I really liked her, and I thought she was really an awesome person. And she she made plans with me, and then all of a sudden her granddaughter needed babysitting, and I just ended up going to the movies. I didn't even I really didn't call her. I didn't cancel. I didn't do anything. I went to the movies, and she was a little bit pissed off about that, I guess. And then right after that, apparently, she supposedly commit suicide in her bathtub. Now, that's not funny. It's just the reason why I'm sort of smiling about that is because, well, I'll get to why that's not believable in a second here. And then my mother started doing this crazy thing where she would just about cause a car accident on purpose in public. And it kept on happening. It was happening all the time, and it used to just scare the living daylights out of me. And it just didn't matter what I did, how much I reasoned with her, or told her to stop doing that. She wouldn't stop. So I had to, I felt compelled to go and get a special document at the local police station back in my hometown. And then I went before a judge, but that didn't work out because the judge said that my father had to be the one to go through this process where we were gonna try to maybe, I don't know what I thought would come of it. Hopefully, maybe an intervention with people that my mom might respect, not her stupid daughter who doesn't know anything. But my dad had to be the one to take care of that, and so I just understood that. So that really didn't work. But those are two examples of how if you're in an abusive relationship, or if you have family members that are extremely abusive people, they will apparently, I didn't know this at the time, I only found this out recently, but apparently they'll really go to lengths to literally tell you that people have died, and it's all your fault. So because I stood up this one lady with her granddaughter at a restaurant, I went to the movies instead. All of a sudden she ended up drowned in her bathtub, which I don't believe at all now. Or because I made my mother mad at me. Who knows how I made my mother mad at me a lot throughout my life, throughout my childhood, everything. Because of that, she was gonna walk into traffic and do all these crazy things that could have like ended up with her and a whole bunch of other people either dead or injured or God knows what. So there was always this thing where it was like all this bad stuff is happening to all these people and it's all your fault because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. When you get invited out to go to a restaurant with someone, you damn well better go there, whether you think it's a good idea or not. If you piss off your mom, who's already mentally unstable, then if she walks into traffic and causes an enormous car accident, that's your fault. All those people's injuries, any death that occurs from that, that's all on you. And those are just two examples. But I had grown up my entire life in a family that pretty much told me things like that. Like, I would mouth off to one of my grandmother's boyfriends, and then all of a sudden, my grandmother's cat that I actually loved a lot died some sort of a horrible death, which I also don't believe now. I think that literally my grandmother, who is also not all there, I think she just said that to me on the orders of her children, because literally they literally decided that if I stepped out of line, they were going to tell me without telling me that anyone I loved or cared for was going to die or be injured or this or that or whatever. So I grew up with that. That was what I grew up with, and that's because my grandfather on my mother's side used to do the same thing to all of my mother's siblings and my mom. There is one instance that I know actually happened because all the kids, my mom and her siblings, my aunts and uncles, were in agreement about it. It was when my grandfather held a shotgun on my grandmother and said, lined up the children out on the farm that they were all growing up on and said, "Watch as I shoot your mother." So they're demented. And that's not funny. I'm laughing at how outrageous they are. But that's where they got that from. I was supposed to be my grandmother 2.0. And I was supposed to be abused like her. And if I ever showed that I was anything different than my grandmother, they literally did the same thing that their father did. We're going to kill everybody you love and care about if you dare step out of line, because they liked to see me in fear. So I know that probably a lot of people don't have an experience like this to this extent in domestically abusive situations, but this was my experience. But now I'm away from all that, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I know who all did what now. Now I'm 43